Let's go.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Really, I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to chat with Haley and get to know a little bit about her story and why her community is so freaking amazing and badassery. And I'm so excited to hear how she got into charity streaming and so much more. But if you don't know who I am Miss Ashrox or Ashley or Ash. Whatever you come up with, it'll work. I am Tiltify's community manager. I get to do awesome cool chats like this with awesome legends like Poopwitchx
Jeez.
and
Oof.
highlighting amazing charities on our channel and so much more. I'm so happy to be here and be able to share more of Haley's story. So, enough about me. If y'all don't know who Poopwitchx is, if you don't know,
Oof.
just if you don't know, Poopwitchx, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your content creation journey? Because that's what we want to hear.
Yes. So I started streaming 5 years ago. I first I was in the medical field for years. I almost became a doctor. I took the MCATs. I was even in interviews, and I just was very unhappy. So I decided instead of taking out an enormous loan and dedicating my life to something I wasn't fully in like immersed in, invested in at the time, I said, all right, let me take a summer off. And I actually tried acting and I really enjoyed it. I was like, "Oh, this is great." I acted for a while and honestly, the industry was so like toxic and it was just very detrimental to my mental health. So, while I was acting though, my husband who had been begging me to try streaming for literally since I was like 18, he was like, "Why don't you just try it? This could be good to get you in front of a camera to feel comfortable, just try it." So I started streaming, and then I let go of acting and I just kept streaming. And it was the best decision I've ever made. I went full time streaming 2 years ago. We got partnered on basically Valentine's Day. So Twitch decided they declared their love for me officially. And and yeah, and it's been a incredible journey. And I'm gonna start crying. God, don't start crying this early. It's been an incredible journey. So I'm very, very happy.
Wow. So I also was in a medical field
Were
before.
you?
Yeah, I was working in pediatrics as a
Oh
medical
god.
assistant. I wanted to get into nursing, but I just wanted to, get my foot in the door and possibly get nursing paid for. But anyway,
Mhm.
I had a blast in peds. I
Yeah.
miss it so much. I miss the kids and everything. But yeah, there were some times where I was just uncomfortable and
Yeah.
felt like my voice wasn't heard. So I can
Yeah.
relate to you with that. I can't
Yeah.
see. I'm so excited I get to learn about you.
Yeah.
You're
No,
such
I mean,
an
the
awesome
medical
person.
field you're so sweet. The medical field is it's really I volunteered at hospice facilities, hospitals, I was an EMT. I any part of being in the medical field is so difficult. So thank you for being a medical assistant and for working through that and working with the children. That is probably to me one of the toughest aspects of medicine is
Mhm.
pediatrics. So kudos to you,
Yeah,
babe. That's amazing.
thank you. And I
Yeah.
did it during COVID, so
Yeah. No.
interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
There's something that just really pulls at your heartstrings
Yeah.
when there's babies coming in with COVID and
Yeah.
can't breathe, and I
Of
think that
course.
was, like, the cherry on top for me, like, "Maybe I can't handle this."
Yeah.
Um, I did my job. I did the best I did. Everyone loved me. Everybody
Mhm.
wanted me in their department because I was actually afloat. I was in
Mm.
departments, but pediatrics mainly wanted me there. They always kept
Yeah.
grabbing me, and that's where I wanted to be anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a
Hard.
amazing experience, but it was hard. It was
Yeah.
hard.
Very hard. And I think that, like, pivoting to content creation is, like it can be hard in its own ways, but it's just as rewarding, if not, for me at least, so much more, I feel like, that I ever really
There's
'cause it's a thankless being in the medical field sometimes feels like a thankless you see things that you'll never forget, you experience the things that linger on, and then you just are sort of expected to just move on and be okay, and I feel like content creation, like, it allows you to feel all the feelings however you want to feel them, to be your true authentic self without barriers. And I think that's what makes it so special, being a streamer. So,
exactly. And
yeah.
you're still helping people. You're brightening people's days, and
Oh,
your community is there for the whole community.
yeah.
You cultivated that space for them to be comfortable and fundraise for charity and just be in a happy and safe space. So
Yes.
you did that. You did that.
Oh god, I don't know how much I really did, Ash. I mean, I really I pinch myself
No,
every day. I have no idea.
hold on. I'm going to stop you right there because where else would they be if you didn't hit the go live button?
I well,
Got you
it's
there.
just
I got you there. What
you
do you got?
did, you did. Damn you, Ash. I just I it's just a complicated feeling because I feel like I say it all the time. I have no idea how I got so lucky. I feel very fortunate and um yeah, I don't know how it all happened. It feels like magic. It feels like magical. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been at it for 5 years
Yeah.
and $300,000 raised for charity.
I know. I can't even say the number without like throwing up a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I thought it just now,
like
honestly.
I let's do it together. We'll hold hands because I mean I've been doing charity for a little over a year, and it was always something I wanted to do. I always wanted to do charity, but like financially, it's not something every content creator can do if this is like your main source of income. It is a sort of a sacrifice, and you need, and it's the best. I literally recommend anybody who's able to do it, but it's not for everybody. And so when I finally got to a place where I was like, okay, I think I can actually start doing charity events and still, take care of my bills and be safe and make sure that I can give my whole heart to the charity and not kind of be like twitchy.
Mhm,
I never stopped and it's become such a huge part of our community. I think it brings me more joy than almost everything else. I mean, they bring me joy unrelentingly, but the charity events is always very emotional because I think you're watching a group of people that you've come to call your family like come together to help a charity that you've chosen, and they're just like, let's go, let's do this, and watching them do that is something to behold. It really is. It's breathtaking, so mm.
and what inspires you to pick the charities that you have fundraised for? Is it just from other people you've seen fundraise for them or just the mission that you're passionate about to support them?
I it's interesting. It really depends on which one. I have two charities that this is now my second year going to be campaigning for them. Well, St. Jude too, but that's sort of its
Mm,
own thing. But Erica Legacy Foundation and Northwest Center, those two are actually from because there are two community members in the Poop Coven who Anna Jean or Anna P. Jean, her name has been changed to Anna Poop and Jean, and Chris Mack Crease. They both Chris is actually the director of the Erica Legacy Foundation. Everyone knows Chris. I mean, he's fantastic and
amazing. Yeah.
amazing human being. And which Erica Legacy is a suicide prevention based in Canada charity. And Anna synced me up with Northwest Center, which is a charity that we're raising money for right now. That we just hit 20,000 last night for. So yeah, ridiculous. I'm gonna vomit again. We should have a vomit counter, Ash. Like, um, so we this is our second year raising money for them, and they are a charity based out of the Pacific Northwest, Washington, where they help children with a range of disabilities, also neurotypical children, but children who need that added help and resources and more one-on-one care than public schools or even private schools can really provide. So
Mhm.
those two were because of community members, and I probably would not because they're small and they're based in either all the way across the country or in another country. I don't know if I would have necessarily been able to find them myself. So that was completely from them. But other charities, I usually a lot of charities reach out. Ash, I'm sure you know this because a lot of charities see your Tiltify number. And
Yes.
which is, an amazing thing, but your Tiltify number can also attract a lot of different facets
Mhm.
of the nonprofit world, not charity world. So, what I do is whenever a charity reaches out to me, I do extensive research to make sure that they are, um, not only are they, credible, but that they are really driven, that the profits go towards what they're saying, and that they're one of the biggest things for me in the Poop Coven is that because they're like my family, I'm very, very protective of them. So,
Right.
I make sure that it's a partnership. So if I'm working with that charity, I want them to work with me to create almost like um an individualized campaign for us. So we'll work together on coming up with giveaways that I know the Poop Coven specifically will like. On
Mhm.
doing a podcast with me. I've interviewed almost every director of every charity. Like I interviewed Northwest Center's director of the Greenwood Learning Center yesterday. Like I want to make sure it always feels like a partnership. Because if I'm going to kind of give you a piece of my Poop Coven for the month, I want you to feel as invested in it as they will and as I do. So that's how I sort of vet them and
Wow. And you
yeah.
take the time to do that, and
Yeah. I'm very protective of them, so I make sure.
very I love that. I love that, and I respect
Mm,
you for that 10
mm.
times 1,000 more than I already did.
Oh, you're
I like
so
that you
sweet.
take the time to really bring that cause in. "Hey, what are we putting our pennies in? I wanna
Yes,
know. I want to know this true story of this cause, and I
yeah,
want you to tell it to my community right
yeah.
now. Let's get into it." I
Let's get
like
into it. I mean, WAVA's here right now, and WAVA we raise money for, and, like, I truly mean this when I say every single charity group that we've ever worked with, they become part. I mean, literally, WAVA is here right now watching our podcast, like, they become part of the Pooh Coven. I feel like we become part of their legacy, they become part of our legacy, and it is something I take very personally because I don't actually do a lot of the big guys. The only big guy that I really do is St. Jude, just because I'm part of SideQuest.
Mhm,
And Team SideQuest, we go hard for St. Jude. I feel like I can't not sit that one out. But
right.
otherwise, I really actually appreciate doing a range of sizes for charities. Small ones are super fun because you feel like you're making a humongous impact. But
Huge
the big
impact.
guys like Charity Water too, you get to be part of many years of their story and many years to come, which is really fun too. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we chatted with Charity Water last week, so make sure
Yes.
y'all check out that VOD. It was
I love
such
Charity Water.
Anthony is oh my god,
Oh, is
and
he not amazing?
we
Wha
the whole stream last week, we just spent just giving him tons of love and
Oh my
just, like,
god.
thank you for doing the work that you do because his outreach, I don't know, you can speak on it too, like, his
Mhm.
outreach in particular was super personable. It was easygoing, it didn't feel pressured. It was
Mhm.
just like, "Hey, I just wanna tell you about our cause. If you
Mhm.
choose to fundraise, cool. If you don't, that's okay. I just still wanted to share our mission with you and
Yes.
maybe share with others, or if you could choose to fundraise for yourself." And it was
Yeah.
super easygoing conversation, and he's such a sweetheart, and he sent me the acids for fundraising and
Yeah.
helped me out all throughout the way, but the most important part that I love that causes do is visit the stream. They're
Yes.
engage with the stream.
Yes.
Yeah. I
It's
appreciate
so
that.
important.
It's so important, and your community is like, wow, they really care that we are doing good for their cause, and they're here to support us and answer any questions that the community may have or anything like that. So
Right.
I
I
love
love
it. Love it.
I
So
think that was what was so special about Charity Water too, because Charity Water is
yeah.
a big charity.
Mm,
And Anthony was, first of all, so much fun to work with. Like we would message each other at like 4 in the morning, ideas for giveaways and for incentives. He and I still talk frequently. Like he really is what I think is a great representation that you can be part of a very large organization, but you should still have that very personable one-on-one because, like, again, your charity is important to you, but my community is the most important thing to me. So if we're going to make this partnership, I have to know that you're not looking at my numbers and that's all you value. I want you to value my community because they are the champions of the world. We
but no, that's 100% truth. I
Right.
love that. And
Yeah.
I love that you just again take the time to partner with that charity and take it
Mhm.
serious and
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like you do all the hard work at first, but then once you turn on that stream with your community is ready to go. They're like,
Oh
"Okay,
my god.
you.
Too ready,
Too
Ash.
ready,
It's
too
like
ready."
it's literally like violent. I mean, they are so the poop coven. I think I don't again, like I always say, I don't know how I got so lucky because they see a goal and they're like, I'm gonna. I almost said the word that you that we talked about before. They just really have they are very incredible. And so I that's again why I need to do my job as vetting as the streamer because I'm their barrier to being possibly taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like I'm the one who decides who we're raising money for. So if I
Mhm.
go with someone because, there are charities out there who all offer to pay the streamer. Like I'll give you X amount of money if you raise money for us. That always sits very uncomfortably for me. I'm like, why would that's like I'd rather you want to offer giveaways to my community because they're the ones doing all the raising. So I feel like certain red flags pop up and I'm like, okay, I really want to make sure that you are legit, you're credible, and that um want to be a part of it for the long haul, which is really important to me too.
Yeah, that topic is definitely controversial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Streamer Twitter. Um,
Mhm. It's a complicated one.
we can have a whole stream about that. Um,
It's a
yeah,
complicated
me
one.
personally,
Mhm.
I just wanna give my time to the cause and fundraise as much as I can because if I don't know. If you don't have time to fundraise and you can't afford it, then don't do it. All you can
Right.
do is raise awareness and share
Mhm.
your peers that are fundraising, like with your community or
Mhm.
on socials. If
Mhm.
I'm fundraising, I'm gonna give my all into it,
Right.
especially spend time to partner up and plan giveaways and so forth. I'm gonna give my all to it. And that's how I
Right.
want it.
Right.
And I think it's really important to mention you do not have to fundraise for a whole month. You don't have to fundraise for 2 weeks. It could be a single
One day. Mhm.
okay? It could be a marathon if you wanna do it, if you wanna stream past 4 hours, like, you could do a 12-hour stream if you're healthy enough to do that.
Right.
Let's make that
Make
clear,
that important. Yeah. Even
okay?
just an
But
hour, like we always say, a dollar for charity is a dollar more than that charity didn't have before.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I
Mm,
completely agree. I think, that was a lesson I learned early on with my charity events is that I used to do month-long campaigns. And the
mm,
problem is that the first week we burned hot and heavy. The last week we burned hot and heavy, but the 2 weeks in the middle, I felt personally like I was getting a little I don't want to say burnout, but like crispy. I was getting a little crispy. It's a lot. It's to keep the longevity, to keep the hype and keep the momentum. It's hard to do that
it's
every
so
stream.
hard.
Yeah.
Woo! I've been doing
Tricky.
it for a long time, so
Yeah.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like yeah,
Yeah.
especially for even St. Jude,
Yeah. It's
it's
hard.
hard.
It's
It's
hard. Yeah.
but the event in particular, it keeps you going because you see your other peers doing it. You're like, "Okay, we
Right.
gotta keep
You have
going,
to
keep
keep
going."
going, right.
But other than that, you do have to just realize, "Hey, I need to step back." And I think the number one way of doing that is communicating with your community.
Yes.
Like, "Hey, Poop Coven, I need a week off.
Yeah.
Donate link will still be there, but I'm just gonna chill, play
Yeah.
some Stardew, and
Right.
chill out."
Self-care. Right.
I'm not
Right.
gonna fulfill incentives right now. I'll do it next week. Just please realize when you need a break and you just need to step back for a second.
Yeah.
Because if you raise $50, that $50 is making such a huge difference. You are
Right.
paying for meals for a whole family.
Right.
All right. And especially if you plan to fundraise for a month and then you come back, you're like, wait, I can only do this for a couple days. That's okay
Right.
too.
Right. It's
Okay?
your world. You build it how you want to. Right. So like I've learned that my sweet spot for charity seems to be about 2 weeks. I think those 2 weeks I can for me I feel like I can feel the burning fire, the excitement throughout
Yeah.
the whole 2 weeks and I don't feel that sort of like okay, I want to take a day off, but I feel that pang of like, I can't because I promised I would raise, money every day this month. And now I feel like if I take a day off, because I struggle with that feeling of like when I'm doing a charity event, I really want to give it my all every single stream. And it's not feasible all the time. And I always feel very uncomfortable taking a day off when I do a direct partnership too. With St. Jude, I feel a little bit more comfortable because, it's not a direct partnership. But when it's a direct partnership and I say, here are the days I'm raising money for you. I will be here and I will be raising money for you. And then I say, oh, I can't that day. I always feel like I'm letting people down. And the poop coven's gonna annihilate me because they're like, stop saying that.
Do
But
it.
it's
Annihilate her right now.
but it's something I really struggle with. So for me, I found that the 2 weeks are a really sweet spot for me. I can hold the momentum. I feel like the burning power of the poop coven is still hot. And I think that I don't usually feel that kind of like, okay, I'm getting a little tired. I would like to take a day off and I can't because so
Right.
that's where I found and that's took a lot of trial and error because I used to do it for a month. So you
And
know.
I think this is so important that you're speaking about your experience because on the outside looking in, they're like, dang, Poop Witch is killing it. Oh my gosh. But it took a lot of trial and error for her to
Mhm,
be in this comfortable spot. So
mhm.
I appreciate your transparency with
Of course,
everybody. Like
always.
it's so important. And it's so great to hear that you get burnt out sometimes. You get
Oh,
crazy sometimes.
everybody gets crispy. I mean, you know, as a if you are doing this as your full-time career, like, you if you are and I know you are too, Ash, like, you put your heart and soul, like, your community, your family, your is like your baby. You put so much of your blood, sweat, tears, emotions into it that, like, of course, everyone feels that pang of, like, okay, I am it's been emotional. I have IRL crapola that's happening, and then, whatever. It Everybody feels those things. I think the degree of which people can do it is different, but self-care is so important. It's something I'm still working with on too. Like being like,
Mhm.
okay, it's okay to take off. It's okay, you know.
There's
Still a struggle.
no secret sauce for self-care because
Mhm.
you have different emotions every single day of your life, okay?
Always.
One thing may work one day, might not work the next. Like,
Right.
okay, me playing this Stardew Valley game is really cozy for me, but it's not working today. Maybe
Mhm.
I need to go get my nails done. Maybe I need to
Right? Yes. Maybe
walk.
I need to go get a massage or something. Exactly.
Yes,
Yes.
or go get a Starbucks
Oh,
coffee. I don't know.
you're talking dirty to me right now, Ash. Sorry. Oh, I told you I was gonna be appropriate. I'm sorry. I'm just love Starbucks so much.
No, same. Something about just leaving your house and
Mhm.
just going to the
Treating yourself.
Starbucks drive-through or going
Mhm.
inside and grabbing a coffee,
Yeah, it's the
so
best.
rewarding. I don't know what
Mhm.
it is, but it
They
is
put some kind of I swear they are dosing those kids 'cause I can't even get in my
massive.
car now without wanting one. I'm like, "Ugh, I have to go to I have to go to CVS. I guess I have to go to Starbucks." I mean, like,
Right. Starbucks is always next to CVS. Why?
always. Maybe they're in cahoots. I'm telling you right now, I
Right.
can't leave my house anymore. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go to the post office," and then my husband will be like, "Are you just going to the post office?" I'm like, "No,
Mm, no.
I'm gonna get Starbucks
For me,
and
it's
go to the post office."
either boba or Starbucks. That's
Yeah,
for me, you know?
yes,
Oh.
ooh, so good. And I'm having a little bit of coffee because the poop coven, as I was telling Ash before, kept me up till 5:30 streaming.
I thought you
So
said 4:30,
no, I'm
5:30.
pretty sure we ended I think we ended at, like, 5, but I do an after stream ritual because I have weird, like, anxiety about, like I have, I don't like to use the word OCD, but I have these weird neuroses, we could call them, where I have to do the same traditions before and after stream or it's bad luck. Makes perfect sense, right?
No,
Okay,
yeah, I
thank
get
you.
it. Mhm.
Okay, so
Love
my
that.
after stream rituals, if you would call them, they take about a half an hour too. I'm technically done at like I think it was like 5:30. Yesterday was a late one. It was a late one. We prayed the
So
fifth. Yeah, Deli, I see you.
so with your community
Yeah.
here,
Mhm.
um, what message would you give your community to thank them for just supporting you and your content and fundraising?
Oh,
What would
jeez,
be
I'm
your
gonna
thank you message to them?
I'm gonna cry. Well, I don't have my dungeons here to throat punch them, so they know that I have no actual tools at my disposal right now to threaten my love violence. But I would say, oh Ash, please don't make me cry. I
It's
would
okay.
say that no. I would say that they have given me the greatest gift that I think I didn't even know that I should ever get to have in my life. They have given my life purpose and more meaning than I think. Oh God, I am crying so much, Ash. Oh my God.
It's
I've been
okay.
crying like every day.
And
um,
that's okay. Let it flow.
oh,
It shows your passion for your
um,
community and your content.
they're the lights of my life. I feel like even on my worst days, I can get through whatever is coming my way because I know at 10 o'clock I will be laughing and crying and screaming and cursing, and I'll get to see my best friends. And yeah, it's a gift what they've given me. It's really a gift, and I'm
Yeah.
very honored, and I am sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
so excited to see where we go. I feel like we're just getting started, because it took a long time for me to find my way and what I really wanted, and, I think I'm finally finding that voice, and I'm getting more I'm have confidence issues in this space because I always feel like I don't wanna say anything or kind of like interrupt other people's flows, and I'm very like I always say I'm like a resident lurker. I never talk in my friends streams. I'm always, rooting for everybody from the sidelines, and I think I'm finally realizing like it's okay for me to speak and to be present in this space, and it's something I'm still struggling with, but I owe it to them because they are they're wonderful. They really are. So I'm very
Love
lucky. They also wrote me a 4-minute song yesterday that made me weep about it was like a love song, and I said, "I'm gonna divorce my husband, and I'm gonna marry the poop coven." So it's just been an emotional time, Ash.
I love that, but it just shows that you're so passionate about your work, and that is the greatest gift that I am super, super proud to share today. And
Yeah.
you and your hard work and just passion for every charity you fundraise for and every single stream that you have in your community is there to show up for, of course, the community, but they're there to show up for you because, again, you hit that go live button, you cultivated that community, and look at you now. $300,000
I can't believe
raised
it. It's crazy. It's absolutely
a year,
and
I guess.
a little over a year. I did my first ever charity in 2020, but it was like a one day. It was for Feeding America. It was like a one day thing, and then I didn't do it for a long time after that. And then we started getting to the rhythm when I got into SideQuest, and then we that really kept motivating, and then it just sort of took off on its own. It became um, really a staple for the community, and I really don't know where we're gonna go for the future. I know I have so many things planned that I'm just God. Oh my God. I cannot believe how emotional I am. I'm so sorry. But
No,
I have so many things planned for them because they are just this endless well of creativity for me. And I'm just so excited. I have no idea where we're gonna go, but I'm all along for the journey wherever we go.
me too. I'll be there.
Yes. Ash is part of the poop coven for real now. Let's go. Thanks, Ash.
I,
You're so sweet.
no, thank you. I'm just so happy to have you here. And again, I'm just blushing because you're here and you're
Oh
alive.
my God.
And just you're
Ash, I've
so
been telling you I've been boob sweating for like an hour.
boob.
Boob sweating for sure.
That is the worst sweat
The
ever.
worst. They
The
make me do it, and now you made me do it, Ash.
have you eye sweating now? You're
Oh,
welcome. You're
oh my God, so much, Ash. I know we've been going back and forth trying to get today happening, and the fact that today's happening, I'm so honored. Thank you so much. I love Tiltify.
welcome. We love
I
you.
am I think you guys are wonderful, and I'm so glad to be a part of today. It's not nighttime. I keep saying
Well,
today.
almost. We almost there. But
Yeah.
it's also, let's make it clear. We don't love you because of the amount you raise. It's because of the dedication and the love you have for fundraising with your community. And that's always what it's about, especially for me because
You're
I
s
I
awesome.
I'm all about community manager. Hello.
Yes.
But I do seeing the love that you put into the things you do and seeing it just be successful with your community, getting hype, throwing love, and just being there. Being there is number one. And that's so much of your time, just being in that space. And they take the time to be there. And they're there because of you. Again, they're there because of you. Okay.
It's hard.
You.
It's a hard one. It's a
It's
hard thing to
no,
process. It's something
it's not
I
a big
think if
process,
that
but
yeah, it's hard. I think it's like it's hard to believe that there are people who want to be there, like
no,
really,
I relate. I
you
relate.
know, it's
I
hard.
relate. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you here? Go away.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's just it's a wonderful feeling, but it's hard to process that. I always say this in stream, like your time is precious because it's a
Mm,
commodity you don't get back. You can't, work and make that back. It's precious. And every minute that anybody spends, even just 1 minute, 5 minutes, 5 years, it means the world to me because I know your time is yours and it's not indebted to anybody else. And it
right.
means so much to me when people take the time out to just, I know that the poop coven goes hard, but just lurking, hosting, that is just as helpful. So
So impactful, so
yeah.
impactful. Even if you're
Right.
not a streamer,
Yeah.
host stream. You never know
Yeah.
who's gonna stumble across your channel, believe
Yeah.
it or not, okay? And be
True.
like, "Wow, let's check out this poop witch person. What are they
I
doing?"
know the name. I know the name. Oh god.
Now, tell us about Poopwitch. How did you
No.
with Poop? Please, please. I am intrigued.
Okay. Honestly, I don't want to disappoint you. It's not as weird as people may think it might be. I swear. So I have always used the word poop as a term of endearment. I call my husband poop. I call my dogs poops. I call everyone in the poop coven my poops. I think it's the cutest little word. Upside down, it spells boob. Boobs are good. I just love the word poop. I think it's really cute. And so that's where the poop came from. May or may not also have stomach issues. That could be roped into it slightly.
We love that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. And then witch is because I am a witch. I uh love Halloween, all things witchy. I love the kind of Octobery vibes. And
Mhm.
then the X part of my name is because my husband's username for the last, I don't even know, like 20 years has been Aiden X. And I said, well, I'm taking his last name. Might as well take the X too. So took that X and so Poopwitchx was born. And then Poop Coven is because any good witch has a coven. And so they are my group and they're my poops. And then everything else that sort of come from it, like our merch line is comfortable chaos, because we are comfortably
Literally.
chaotic. Exactly.
Yep. Literally
And
that.
yeah, it's very comfortable, but it's sheer pandemonium. But everything that just sort of came very naturally. I also, whenever I talk about new streamers, it's like I didn't originally start my career with this name, with all of this stuff that has become really
Yeah,
like grown naturally. So like finding your way over time is totally valid. You don't have to know all the answers on day one. You know what I mean? So that's
exactly.
where we're at now. So Poopwitchx and the poop coven. I feel like I need to do like a dance now.
So cute. I definitely did not expect that. I expected
Yeah.
something much more graphic for
Yes.
some reason. I don't know why.
Everyone does, Ash. We have a command in my chat that's like, it's not what it seems. It's not that kind of pooping thing. It's not like that thing. But yes, no,
Right.
it's one of the, what?
I hope I'm your poop. Am I your
Yes.
poop?
Yes. Oh my
Mm.
God. Yes. Hell yeah, you're a poop now. You're my little poopage. No, the thing is that I think that my name is either an attractant to some or a deterrent. And so it sort of weeds out people too, because people who think that like the word poop or that girls shouldn't even know the word poop or whatever other crap that
Oh
people say.
gosh. Oh gosh.
No. So like it weeds out people because I think, and also weeds out companies because if you're not willing to work with me or work with my community because we have poop in our name, then you probably were not going to be a good fit anyways. So
Right.
it's sort of an interesting thing that that the name gets a lot of attention because I just think it's like my little poops. You know?
It's so cute. Us at Tiltify were like, yeah, poop witch. That's a
Mhm.
name. I'm like,
That's a
that's
name.
a name. I love it.
Yes.
Let's no poop witch.
Yes, Wava brought up Butthole City. Yeah, so the Poop Coven has a map made because when you get rated in, or if you're part of the Poop Coven, you live in Butthole City. And I have a whole map, Ash, like of literal like what it looks like in Butthole City. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of stuff. You'll find out. You'll see all the things.
Good. I'm
Yeah,
excited. You give me all the deets,
you're
please.
so sweet. I'm so grateful. I'm really. It's so funny. I feel like I need like a itinerary like when you learn all the stuff. Like, okay, so poop is a good thing. Welcome to Butthole City and Boob Sweat Saloon, Poop Coven headquarters, and then like Insane Asylums jail, and you'll learn all of the lingo of.
Boob Sweat Saloon.
Mhm. You're serving magic juice all day, baby. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Love it. I love it.
I'm so
Now,
grateful.
you are considered a veteran at this point because you've done so many fundraisers with us on Tiltify.
Mhm.
And you are such a lovely person. I know you would love to help others.
Mm,
Now, if there's somebody that has never fundraised before and they're like, hey, Poopwitch, can you give me some advice on how I could be successful with my first fundraiser?
mm.
What advice would you give them?
What a good question, Ash. You know, I would say that fundraise through Tiltify first and foremost, because I've been approached by other, smaller companies, and I Tiltify is just the most user friendly. I think you have the largest database already built into so it's easy to find the charity you're looking for. And I think making the overlays and everything is easy. So I would first advocate to use Tiltify. The next thing I would say is when you're picking a charity, pick something near and dear to your heart. Because if you pick something that means something to you, you will not care how much the quantity is at the end of the day. You're going to go, oh my God, I made $100 for cancer research. I made $100 for autism, whatever it is. If it's something that means something to you, you will be very excited every single time you get a donation. So pick a charity you really are passionate about. And then probably for me, I think gauge your community. I say this all the time. Like if your community has all the answers for you, should you try this game? They will give you the answer. Should you pivot here, pivot there? They are your mirrors reflecting what they want. And if you want to do things that make you happy, usually that means you're also making your community happy at the same time. So I would say talk to them about like giveaways that they would like. It doesn't have to be expensive things. We give away fun, silly things all the time. And I almost think that they're more excited for like my bazooka bubble gun. I have like a bubble gun that shoots bubbles everywhere. I'm not even kidding. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, they get more excited for that than they do like a Logitech headset. Like you know what I mean? So really like find things your community will like. And if you can do giveaways, even if they're like, I will write a handwritten thank you letter as a giveaway. It doesn't have to be expensive things. I truly think that your community will tell you what they want. And so, yeah, that's what I would start there. Tiltify, picking a charity you love, and doing incentives that you think your community will really appreciate.
Oh, I love that because a lot of people are afraid to ask their community what they would like to see.
Yeah, I
Why?
agree.
Ask them because they're the ones donating. Like, hey, what
Yeah,
would you like to donate for?
it's so
What
true.
spooky game would you want me to play?
Hmm.
Communicate with
Yes.
the community.
I say that
I
all the time. Because a lot of people ask, have you ever had someone ask you like, how do you know when you should go full time? That's something I get asked all the time. Is that something you've ever been approached with where people are like, how do you know if you should go full time or not?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not full time since I
Mm.
work, but
Yeah.
I always get approached with it because everyone's like, "Oh, I thought you were full time." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really? Did you?" Like, yeah, I always get that question, and
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions. Let me be real. I get a lot of questions. I've been in a space for a very long time for oh Jesus, yeah, long time. 2016 December. So I've experienced it all
Yeah.
for oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I think I'm a veteran now.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Veteran.
That's how yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think anyone honestly who started before the pandemic at this point, because so many people found Twitch during the pandemic. I feel
Right.
like, all of us who are here, we're the OGs now. We were here before the pandemic. We've been swimming in this ocean so for a
Right.
long time. But it's
Before affiliate
yes,
programs.
me too. Oh my God. Do you remember the days before affiliate? Oh my God.
Yeah, before we could get bits. Remember it
For
was bits
anything.
before affiliate?
Yep. There was no
Mhm.
subs, no bits. I mean, affiliate was there was so much pushback when that got rolled out too. Do you remember that? What are the partners gonna have? Well, let me tell you something. Jesus. It didn't change really anything for partners at all. Yeah.
Exactly,
But yeah,
exactly.
no, that's a common question I get is like, when should I go full time? And I always say it's like your community will tell you. Like they will
Mhm.
you will feel that energy, that shifting of the energy, and you go, okay, now is the time that I can leap. And
Yeah.
I get asked that all the time. When should I know if I should go full time? I'm like, your community will give you all the answers. You just have to be
Mhm.
willing to listen to them and be open to what they have to say.
Yeah, be open and just get feedback. Get
Yeah,
feedback in anything you're doing with your
I
content
agree.
in your community.
I
I
agree.
The community is there for you, boo. They will
Yeah,
help you.
yeah.
Right? If they want to see something, they'll tell you. If they don't want to see anything anymore, they will tell you.
If
Okay.
you're running really late and you're doing giveaways at 3 in the morning, they'll tell you. If you get super distracted and you lose track of time constantly, they will tell you.
Exactly. And you know what?
Absolutely, they will.
Um, when the bot malfunctions and starts bopping people, it wipes the floor with us so fast in the coven. Oh.
Oh, it's the automod. Automod,
Oh, mhm,
she's
mhm.
angry. Automod gets angry, yes.
Yeah. Oh, same.
I had
Same
to
with
use Automod for front page. You couldn't even say, like, the B word.
nothing, nothing. You can't say anything.
She gets so mad, like,
They
Jesus,
get
it's
mad. It's
mad.
pretty spicy.
Spicy
Mhm.
Automod. It's
Yeah,
okay, guys, you just have to be on your best behavior for once. Jesus.
exactly. Haley, I had such a good time with you
Thank
today. Thank you
you.
so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And I'm so happy that I got to know you a little bit more now. Now we're besties. We're poop
Yes!
besties.
I'm so grateful, Ash. Thank you
I
again for the
I
opportunity.
love you. You are incredible.
Oh, you're so
And
sweet. So are you.
yeah. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
No, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I really am honored to be a part of today. Thank you so